Today on This Old House, through lockdowns, travel restrictions, and material delays, Jeff and his team have persevered for the past year here in Narragansett. Our Queen Anne Victorian is almost ready to take a bow. What happened to all this plumbing here?
I've never seen anything like this before. There's already rot going on in that trunk.
So what have you found up here?
Well, a bit of a surprise.
It's really the classic plumber's lament.
Nice.
It's 5 bathrooms, it's a kitchen, it's a full new mechanical. It's going to be a biggie.
Sounds like you guys have a plan.
I think we do.
Money's in the details.
That is beautiful. Hi there, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to This Old House, where we're down to our final episode here on the Narragansett Project. And let's face it, fellas, it has not been an average year.
This has been an uphill climb with COVID. It has been unbelievable. You know, Rhode Island is one of the toughest states for restrictions, so we had to work around that. Jeff's guys had to stay off the project for a long period of time. It's really been an uphill climb, really a hard project because of COVID.
Yeah, and with all that going on, not only is the labor cost up, but the estimated cost for lumber on the average house today, they estimated $10,000 more than it was before.
Just for the lumber.
Yeah.
We've got the delays, we've got the extra costs, and then you got us.
Yeah.
You know, we're extra bodies to the reduced crews on the job site, and we've got to get tested before every film day.
Oh, boy.
You add it all up, and as you say, a tough year, but delays. And so the project's not 100% done. Jeff's got a short punch list, but it's not going to stop the homeowners from moving in. They closed on their house. It is sold. They're moving into this house this week, and we are going to check it out today. And look at that. There she is.
Here we are.
It does look good.
All right, let's have a closer look. Oh, yeah. How good does that look? Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Kevin,
How are ya?
Richard,
Hello there.
what brings you guys here?
Look at what you have done here, huh? This is something.
What a difference.
Spectacular. But you got a little bit of work to do, right?
A little bit. We got a little bit more work in the driveway. We got a little bit going on in the backyard. The house, we got final details, but pretty much there.
All right. How about a tour?
Sure.
All right.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, okay,
All right.
guys,
See ya. I tell you what. When we first got here, I'll be honest. I was wondering, like, what were you thinking?
It was close,
Right? I mean, it could have been a tear down. It could have just been gone.
Yeah. Historic District led that charge. I mean, it took a lot of effort, but the end result is, do you think it looked this good 130 years ago?
Probably. I mean, maybe this is as good as it's ever looked.
Yeah. And, you know, remember this porch was kind of glassed in at some point, but it was still a porch.
Yeah.
But the fact that that glass existed is what enabled us to make that into living space, which was really valuable. You know, what started with single pane divided lights, we were able to reproduce it with a one-piece insulated glass, simulated divided lights, give them a lot more energy efficiency and really the same look.
Yeah. I can remember right here, this corner was, you know, lots of rot. The whole corner had come down, the finial, beautiful details.
Yeah.
But they were literally, you had to pick them up.
We had to pick them up off the ground in order to reproduce it. So that it was so close to being gone beyond repair.
Yeah.
So
And then the siding, I mean, all the different features that they had between claps and
Yep.
shingles.
A little bit of sawtooth up there and fish scale. We got the rosettes, the clapboard, and then the staggered shingles. I mean, just a little bit of everything, hodgepodge.
My favorite side of the house right here, the bay, the windows, those windows right there, spectacular.
So much going on.
And then as you go out front, the signature feature, or at least the one that grabs you, you know, from the street, is the porch.
Right.
You know, and almost gone, almost lost.
Yeah, it was way beyond repair. You know, Ryan pulled it off in one swoop with the lull, and they were really no footings, no frost protection. There was no pressure treated underneath there. So, you know, you got to draw the line somewhere, and you got to rebuild when it's necessary, and that's what was
I
happening.
mean, some people might bemoan that the original had to go, but when you look at how it was rebuilt and the attention to detail, you can't not love it. I mean, the pillars, the brackets, the offset colors are spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, as you look back and you just take in the sunburst, which was always there,
Yeah,
you know.
but now it's back to what it was, I think.
The barge rafters up here on this gable end with
Yep.
all their detail, original, just
original.
cleaned up. We replicated some of them,
Sure.
but those, you know, were there.
Yep.
And then this Yankee gutter. I mean, they made you rebuild it. What'd you think of that?
I was scratching my head at first saying, what we got here, and it took a while to figure out what it did and how it functioned, but it's really remarkable.
Really? You're a fan?
I am. The way the copper comes up, and then we're able to terminate through the soffit, to the downspout leaders. It's genius. It shows the crown molding and all of that detail on the fascia that would normally be hidden by a gutter.
You're a fan?
I'm a fan.
Well, I don't like to bet against the Yankees, but I still don't understand it. I think it's pretty safe to say that the new family is going to return to the porch, spend their time on there like the original family probably
I can
did.
see them sitting in those chairs every night in the summer, watching the traffic come back from the beach.
Right.
But not in horse and buggy.
So, old house ends right there. All of this was new, which was allowed.
Yep.
Sort of changes what the house is, but like a perfect match.
Yeah. It's all about replica. It really looks the same.
Yeah. And those details are, the roof shingles continue all the way across, but the new shingle work, you can see them, right? Windows, columns.
New windows, energy efficient, but with the same period look as the historic ones.
Right, columns to match, brackets to match, copper for the gutters, a little different functionality there. And then we get the breezeway and then the two-car garage down here. And this roof over the two bay doors, awesome. The brackets, the colors. As you go up, the different shingle patterns that you guys replicated. The barge rafters, in this case, these are new.
Yeah.
But identical to the old ones.
Yep. We matched the pitch, we matched the size of this gable so that we could reproduce exactly what was here on the other building, make it look like it was always there.
The red rosettes, and then those two windows from down here, you would not know that those weren't there back in the 1880s.
It's amazing. They look just like it, but they perform a little better.
Yeah.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm very well. Up here
Nice
in
to
this
see you.
beautiful master bedroom over the garage. You did a beautiful job here.
Thank you.
I look at the nickel gap ceiling. I look at the angles of the room, the crown moldings, the barn door. I like the way the dresser is here. They just fit into this little nook. You don't hit your head here. You did a beautiful job. What's your inspiration?
Well, you have to remember that we did do this during the pandemic. So
yeah.
we would design this space, which is a new space over the garage. We wanted it to be more of a retreat. It's like an escape. So it's away from the kids' rooms. It has an office in between, and then you walk into this retreat here. I used neutral palette. We have mirrored side tables here, a lot of glass elements, softening the curves with the sculptural chandelier there.
That's a nice touch, yeah.
And then we have over here, kind of tucked into this nook, as you mentioned, the little whitewash of the dressers that offer plenty of space for all
Plenty
of
of
the clothing
storage.
and things like that.
You can get to the drawers. You don't have to worry about it. Normally, if you had a wallway in there, it's like crawl in. That's just
Very
great.
convenient. This is their master closet. It's a little bit of a work in progress, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see that. This natural light from this window is really nice in a closet.
Women appreciate that, as they do shoes. Right?
Oh,
So we
yeah.
were able to put the shoe compartments here, but we still have some long hanging, short hanging racks to put in here.
Yeah.
This will be a shelving area for her sweaters, for pocketbooks, and various
Can't have enough storage.
belts. Exactly.
Let's take a look at the master bath.
Yes. So I continued the design in here to come off of that retreat type of feel by making it more spa-like.
This is really nice, and I like the natural light from the window.
Of these beautiful three-quarter mounted vessel bowls and the wall-mounted fixtures.
Yeah, I like the way these bowls are mounted deeper into the top. You can mount them on top, but this is nice like this.
It doesn't splash as much that way, having those wall-mounted faucets there.
Right.
In that new antique bronze type of finish. Then we have over here this curbless shower.
Yeah, this is a nice feature. It has a sloped floor, so there's no curb right here to step over, and there's a linear drain right in the back for all the water to run out.
We have our rain heads, speakers, body sprays.
You got a steam too, I see.
Over here is a nice soaking tub, so at the end of the day, you can get in there.
This is a big tub. And I like the little niches here, and then there's plenty of storage for towels and knickknacks, and I like the seashell tile.
That is definitely my favorite. That was the inspiration. We started with that.
Yeah, very nice.
This was a fun space to design here. This is for the homeowner's son. We use nice bold colors that are masculine, and
This is a great space, you know. This is actually a small bedroom, but because
It
of the slope and the high ceiling, you get a whole extension of the space.
The son really loves it up there. It's a fun spot for him.
Well, I gotta say, you did an absolutely beautiful job on the decorations here.
I appreciate that, Tom.
My pleasure.
Can I pull up a seat?
Yeah,
with you?
please
Sure.
do.
Yeah.
You know, this is the rule. The bigger the house, the better the house. The smaller the mechanical room.
Is that the
This is
rule?
our mechanical room.
It may be tight, but there's a lot of mechanicals here. I mean,
Right.
3 hot water heaters in
Right.
a row?
This is our water heating system. Now, this house has got a big demand. It's got a big tub, and it's got body sprays and hand showers. And so you start doing the sizing. You say, how much do we need for what they call the dump load in 20 minutes? If you do it conventionally, you're going to need 2 big tanks, and those 2 tanks will have to stay hot all day, every day.
So even that big peak demand, which is rare,
Right.
you'd have to have the water heated
Right.
on standby,
Correct.
ready to go.
So with these are instantaneous gas-fired water heaters, highly efficient. What's different is that these communicate together with each other. And so now, if you open up a hot water faucet in the kitchen and just need a little bit of water, one of these will come on with a modulated flame and satisfy it. But as you need more demand, these talk to one another and constantly send out the right amount.
Wait, so is each one of them serving like a zone, a third of the house, or at some point is the water being commingled?
No, it's absolutely commingling, talking to one another. So you've got enough power to handle that crazy demand that you're going to have with the body sprays and filling the tub and everything else, but you don't pay a penalty in operating costs. The alternative is to leave 2 tanks. You use nothing.
So a little more upfront because we're buying it times 3,
Right.
but after that,
Yeah, that's the only thing. A little bit more upfront, and it's really not that much of a premium.
you know, it's kind of remarkable to think that 120 years or so ago when the house was built, it didn't have any plumbing at all. And now we're talking about, 3 smart, these things talking to each other.
That's right.
It's all the heat, and it's unbelievable.
We've come a long way.
All right, cool. Thank you. Hey, watch your head.
So Jen, the landscaping really looks great. Thanks for your great design.
Thank you. There's a
now-
lot of it, right?
Yeah, in the backyard. So we got a shed that is copying some of the elements of the house. We copied the paint. So extra storage
I love
there.
the detail you pulled.
Backup generator here. And then pavers.
So this is all limestone, and it came from Indiana,
right.
right? So there's a lot of it, and therefore it had to be pervious.
Right.
So all the water drains down.
That's right. So that way we didn't work on our lot coverage with our drainage.
Exactly.
So fun fact about this limestone, it came from the same quarry as the Breakers Mansion in Newport, as well as the Superman building in Providence and the Empire State Building.
Very, very cool.
How about that?
Well, this pattern it's actually interesting too. It's called the Modesto pattern, and so it's a repeat. So you break up the joints. So when it's laid, the guys have a plan.
Yep, it doesn't look too organized, but it's random enough. It's really a nice touch.
Right.
So we've got the soak pool here.
This is
Remember that?
such an amazing piece.
Yeah.
This was made in New Hampshire, right? Fabricated there. It's usually between 18,000 and 22,000 pounds.
Right.
Placed on a truck, driven all the way here, and then they used a crane to place it in. The grades had to be perfect, level, so they placed the pool. You only want to place it once, right?
Yeah. You know, we actually don't need a fence because of this cover is safe enough. Plus, it keeps the heat in the water. And
Right, and if someone were to trip and fall on it, it is strong enough to hold the weight of multiple human
Exactly.
beings, actually.
yeah. So we have bulkhead here to the new section of the basement, and we didn't want to just put a regular metal bulkhead, so we dressed it up a little bit. We put a custom E-Pay top on there.
I really like that you used the Ipe here. This dresses it up perfectly.
We went with the tumbled look for the limestone on the veneer here.
I really love that it's a different texture than all the flat work. It makes it look rustic, and it accentuates the area.
Right.
Perfect.
Good.
Okay, so over here we have the dining area. It's such a large space, so you could have so many different little outdoor rooms within
Right.
it. So this is a perfect spot right in the middle,
Right after the beach.
right after
Walk
the beach.
back.
Line up the kids.
Yeah. So over here, remember Tommy and I did this window, mechanical actuators to drive the pistons up. So this window will actually retract up. We got a countertop here. So
Right.
this is the outdoor bar and a cabana inside.
That is such a great idea. Love it. I'm going to steal it from one of my designs.
Yeah.
So over here, this is a whole outdoor kitchen, right?
Yep.
We have the trash receptacle, very handy to have in an outdoor kitchen. Next to it, we have a burner. You can put a lobster It's so awesome to have this for an outdoor space. And here is a grill. I believe it's a 38-inch grill, and it's going to be at a push of a button, burgers in no time.
So gas fireplace here, on the bottom, click of a button, instant fire.
So this is all plumbed in, and then up top here, the final feature is this gorgeous pizza
Oh my
oven.
God, look at that, huh?
I know. So all you have to do, you have to heat up this bottom surface and then scoot the wood over, put the dough on here, there's a pizza peel, shimmy it in there, and then you'll have pizza in just a couple minutes.
Wow. Pepperoni?
For you, pepperoni.
Thanks for your help, Jeff.
Yeah, it was fun.
Michael, Cassie and E, how are you guys?
Pleasure.
How about this?
Nice to see you again.
Looks amazing. Looks amazing. We are very
We're
happy.
just, amazed. That's the.
Well, I like to see the
Words I can
smiles,
say,
and
yeah.
it's a far cry from where it was, right? We stood right here about 10 months ago. We were looking at the plans and taking in what a wreck this place was.
I know. Especially this area was a wall right here, and it was a dilapidated porch, side porch. It was.
Broken glass. It was just it was a wreck.
Yeah, and it was
Correct.
it was basically two-season space. You know, now we turned it into year-round space.
Yep, and we brought it into the family room, and then this was a door that went into the living room, and we closed this off to have a nice built-ins with a Georgia marble fireplace, and now this is our family room. We can.
So centerpiece of the new family room. This is where you guys will hang out with the kids, take the TV, watch football, all that stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Indeed. Go Pats.
Entertainment center. You got the sound in the wall. You could put sound in the ceiling too, right?
2 speakers in the ceiling behind the sheetrock, and speakers throughout the rest of the house.
Drop the ceiling down a little bit to create a box and new entryway, right? So the original door, which was saved, but when you walk through this door, very narrow.
Very narrow. There was a wall right here that was extremely narrow, and it wasn't conducive to the open floor plan that we wanted. And the stairway was also very narrow, so we made the stairway a little bit wider, safer, and got rid of this wall right here.
You guys wanted
to
open
keep in
floor
line with
plan.
the open floor plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
New floors went in. I mean, the original floors were, I can remember
love
there
these.
was fiberglass insulation stuck between the boards, and now we've got new beautiful wood floors in the herringbone pattern.
Look at this.
Incredible. You remember there was a wall across the back right here
Yeah.
with an entrance on the left-hand side, another entrance here, and then we had that mysterious toilet that was next to the sink.
My first toilet in the kitchen, I will give you that. No doubt about it. That was unusual.
That was convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient.
So again, wide open, right?
Wide open
Cassidy,
space.
This is your space.
I love
You
it.
said you wanted big, wide open.
Absolutely. This island is nice and big for a lot of entertaining that we do. Lots of lunches and dinners sitting at this island. Nice big open space.
Big
That's
island is an understatement.
Yeah, it's
Huge.
a, big, it's a very big island.
But obviously a well thought out kitchen, right? So we've got the side by side oversized fridge freezer right here, and then we've got the high end stove, 6 burners. Tommy and Riley actually put in the custom hood, wood, which is
beautiful.
gorgeous, right?
Yep, we did the Calcutta Gold backsplash to match the countertops on the side and as well as the island.
That's the quartz material.
Yep, the Calcutta Gold quartz.
Inlay inset doors for the cabinets, which is terrific. Much better sink right here, oversized, upgraded the hardware,
Yeah.
some windows as well. Big improvement. And the island base cabinets, a darker, different color with a little bit of that splash of gold right there, right?
Yep, it matches the hood and the bar area that's over there.
Yeah. So we got some appliances in there. And then this, my personal favorite right here. So we had the old outhouse, literally an outhouse,
Yeah.
attached to the building. And what you guys decided was you wanted to use it, have the door look like it was cabinet doors, but it's actually a hidden swinging door when you go in there.
Love it.
Pantry?
Pantry.
Look at that smile,
I
huh?
always wanted a pantry.
Oh, always wanted a pantry. Much better than an outhouse.
A pantry is much better than an outhouse in the kitchen. More of the appliances, so coffee maker, we got the drink fridge right there, back door, and then, again, your guys' idea, right? You wanted a little bar area
Yeah.
for entertaining. And then another great feature over here, the windows, this little bay area here. I mean, original to the house, lovingly restored by Jeff's team. The stained glass, I don't
They
know,
look
like
great.
25 over there. Oh, they look, the kids are here. All right. Julie and Lucia, did you guys see your rooms? Did you check out the house?
Yeah.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Any favorites?
Loft.
The loft. I like your loft too. I would wish I had a loft. And the rest of the gang there. Oh, quite a project, huh?
Unbelievable. You know, and actually, Jen, it turned out to be a fair amount of landscaping for this little seaside cottage.
I know, it's a really small lot with a huge wish list, but we managed to fit in quite a bit. And it's been tricky with the COVID and, everyone being respectful of each other, but everyone worked together and we got it in.
Good job.
Yeah, I know. This is always an exciting time for me when I get to turn the keys over to the homeowner as a big release and relief. You know, the restrictions for the work area. It's been a hard job.
Yeah, and I have to hand it to the team. I mean, the guys and the girls did a phenomenal job. Everybody stepped up, played by the rules, and, got it done. So
You have a good crew.
thank you.
You have a good crew.
You're getting the hang of it,
Team.
Jeff.
And Michael, Cassiane, kids, I hope you guys are happy. This is your new home, so welcome
Very
home.
happy.
Hopefully you love it.
Very happy. We love it. We love it.
Exciting.
We're thankful Jeff and his team for making it happen. This old house, we appreciate it.
All right. Well, like I
Thank
said,
you, guys.
welcome home.
Thank you.
And we will be back with a brand new project. It's a 1905 three-decker, a couple blocks from our very first project back in 1979. It had a fire. The homeowner's been out for a year, but we've decided to help her get back in. So for all of us here at This Old House, we'll check that out next time. Until then, I'm Kevin O'Connor for This Old House. All right, guys, welcome home. Good job, Jeff. Good job, Jeff. Next time on This Old House. Today we're working on our own triple-decker. The homeowner has been living in it for almost 40 years. Unfortunately, just over a year ago, the house had a fire.
I looked out the kitchen window and I could see the flames from this house blazing up. So we just grabbed what we could and just ran out.
I can only imagine. It's got to be awful.
I've never been in a house where I'm in the house and the house is on fire.